All right, and here's part 7, the last part to this module. This one has several different discussions that you get to choose from, and they're based on these 3 readings that have been provided. One's about being culturally responsive, one's about being resilient, and one's about doing some activists. These 3 readings seem to connect as well to the different options you have here to do a discussion post about. So I would pick the one that also relates best to your course code that you have selected as well. So the first discussion post here has to do with privilege and addressing that in your classroom. The next one is pathways, which is very similar to what we just did in the part 6. Mental health and addressing that in your course, how might that be important? Culturally responsive, so if something is what is happening in the world and being responsive to that in your course, how are you going to integrate basically the news into your course? How can your senior social science empower students and create some social actions? Again, this might be very specific to the course that you are thinking of doing. And the other one is very similar to that as well, about social justice and environmental sustainability. How does your course code kind of lend itself to getting your students to think about those things as far as being kind of global citizens? So you're picking one of these 6 topics, and I would probably just read the reading that best suits or goes with those as well. So the ones about activists here clearly go with the activist education ones, and the culturally responsive kind of has to do with the privilege and some of the culturally responsive pedagogy. So match your readings to your discussion post that you're planning on doing. And then I just left the last reading as something for you to think about, because we already kind of addressed it a little bit in the last the last part. So it's reading a section of the curriculum document again, and thinking about the inquiry process and how it helps students plan for post-secondary. So the idea that when they are in post-secondary, inquiry is going to be a big part of what they do as far as their regular learning, so helping them through that process depending on their pathway. All right, and that is it for this module. We are going to move on to Module 5.